There are 7 space fleets stationed by Defan Group in the void. They are stationed at each entrance and exit respectively. Strictly defend the land of nothingness with arms. If it weren't for Collector, I don't know how many years he has lived. Sitting on countless wealth. Otherwise, it would definitely not be able to support so many fleets. The entrance to the left eye of the God of Nothingness. It has been stationed by the number 2 escort fleet of the Defan Group. Codenamed Scorpio, and the Scorpio escort fleet. It has 300 very advanced space battleships of various types. And a giant space carrier as a dispatch command center. The size of this fleet alone. It can already catch up with the armed forces of a developed planet in the Kree Empire. But it's in the void, but it was only used to guard one of the passages. It is used to maintain law and order on weekdays. Just collect tolls. And now, Fang Bing sits on Star-Lord's spaceship. Go to the left eye entrance of the void. This is the area where the Scorpio space fleet is responsible for the escort. The spaceship is just approaching the entrance. The communication message from the Scorpio escort fleet has already been received in advance. Ask Xingju and others to verify their identity. After Xingju saw Fang Bing nodding at him, naturally agreed. Driving the spaceship, it connected with a space battleship of the opponent. Subsequently, several guards of the Scorpio escort fleet. He holds a portable query device and a standard weapon in his hand. Through the docking port of the 2 spaceships. Boarded the Star-Lord's spaceship. Start to verify the identity of all the creatures on this spaceship one by one. Check to see if anyone is on the blacklist of Defan Group. If someone is blacklisted, if it's the kind that's generally unwelcome. Direct repatriation. If it is the enemy of the Defan Group. Definitely kill it on the spot. And, except for the entry personnel on the spacecraft to verify their identity. Even the cargo carried on the spaceship, same thing to check. Security measures are quite strict. I'm afraid that someone will enter with some kind of huge range killing weapon. Fang Bing is sitting on the co-pilot of the spaceship. Observe everything around. Observe the defense points and firepower of the opponent's fleet. And several inspectors who boarded the Star Jew spacecraft. Fang Bing, who was always invisible, was not seen the whole time. So, after checking the identity of Xingju and others, just left the spaceship directly, and not for a while. The spacecraft has been allowed to enter, definitely. Even if you pass the gate, it is also impossible to fly randomly. The Scorpio escort fleet also sent 2 space battleships to escort them all the time. Until arriving at the spaceship berthing port in the void. Wait until the spaceship docks and lands, taken over by the port guards. And Xingju and others on the spaceship have all left the spaceship. The 2 space battleships turned around and left. Up to this point, Fang Bing was truly with Xingju and the others. Into the void. Definitely, on the entry record of the Defan Group. There is no information about Fang Bing's access at all. Except Xingju and others. No one knew Fang Bing was there after the spacecraft landed. He kept his invisibility and left the port, and Xingju and others. Although it has helped Fang Bing successfully enter the void. But they didn't make excuses to leave right now. Instead, choose to continue into the void. They also have their own things to do. Fang Bing had given them that piece of vibranium in advance. Xingju and others have just sent to guard the fleet. The reported reason for going into the void. I just want to go in and find someone to trade this vibranium. And nothingness. It is indeed a good place for Xingju and others to sell this piece of vibranium. After all, there are quite a few guys doing business in the void. There are many large forces that have branches stationed in it to do business. And Defan Group. It is also a business of purchasing rare items all year round. By the way, Xingju and the others really need some fuel. Replenishment of entertainment consumption. As for what Fang Bing finally promised. To tell Xingju about his life experience, before leaving. Fang Bing has made an appointment with him. Wait until you come out of nothingness. We'll go to him. Tell him then. Why not tell Xingju now? Fang Bing is also for security reasons. After all, once all the rewards are given out. There is no need for Xingju and others to keep their whereabouts a secret. Believe it or not, the integrity of Xingju and others. Fang Bing, who has always been as steady as an old dog. Naturally have to keep one hand. After Fang Bing left the spaceship. It remains invisible. Material travel is enabled. Walked all the way out of the building where the spaceship was moored in the port. It can be said to be unimpeded. No monitoring equipment along the way could detect him. After waiting out the port, Fang Bing found himself in a very bustling sci-fi city. Within the city, small flight vehicles are densely flying around. There are strange buildings everywhere. and what caught Fang Bing's attention the most. Some places are collecting mining equipment on the ground and walls. And that pool of faint yellow liquid. Fang Bing remembered this scene. These people and equipment should be collecting rare substances in the head of the god. And pools of faint yellow liquid on the ground. It seems to be the bone marrow of the legendary god. It's disgusting to think about, but Fang Bing is more interested in this. But these things are closely guarded by people. Fang Bing didn't know whether the other party had any high-tech means to monitor the quantity of these things. So he didn't act rashly at the moment, and these things don't seem to be rare in the void. He gets it sooner or later, and because I just came here. Fang Bing is going to explore this place thoroughly. Make plans for the next step. So, Fang Bing took a few more glances at the rare substances on the remains of the gods. It remains invisible. Continue to fly towards the most prosperous place in the void. In the land of nothingness, although the area is half the size of the solar system. But only one city was built for trade and residence. And after the outsider enters the void, where rambling is allowed. And just the city, because of other areas outside the city. Still in the head of the god, there are a lot of materials and minerals that can be collected. The Defan group definitely does not allow outsiders to sneak away to steal their assets. That's why it will be after the alien spaceship enters the void. Full guard. Prevent alien spaceships from going where they shouldn't. And let the alien spaceships be docked at a specific port uniformly. Also for this reason. But the only city in the void. The area is still very large. It flew for a while at Fang Bing's speed. I felt like I was in the heart of the city, at this point. There was no need for Fang Bing to continue hiding. Because he already knew the place of nothingness. Only the check at the entrance is very strict. And after entering the city of nothingness in the land of nothingness, it is completely free. Defan group will not check everyone's identity again. Because, after all, people who come here, they are also regarded as the guests and transaction partners of Shenfan group. Basic freedom and respect are still necessary. So, in the city of nothingness, as long as you don't go to the Defan group's territory to do things, don't take it too far. No one will care about you at all. In this case, there is no need for Fang Bing to remain invisible. After all, he came to the center of the city. It is ready to inquire about some news. Want to get reality gem from collector. Fang Bing naturally needs to understand first. Inside this real Marvel universe, what kind of person is collector? How about the strength? What about character? You can then use this to formulate a plan to get reality gems from the collector. As for rushing directly to the door, have a fight with collector. Take the reality gem outright by force. This idea also flashed in Fang Bing's mind for a moment. But it was rejected by him after a short while. Because, although Fang Bing is not afraid of the 7 fleets of this void, those ordinary space battleships, no matter how advanced it is, Fang Bing didn't think they could kill himself if he was prepared. Just like spaceships couldn't take out Thanos. Fang Bing believes that his current physique is by no means inferior to Thanos. So, the 7 fleets are no deterrent to him. He's actually worried. Still the fighting power of Collector originally. After all, that is one of the 12 elders of the universe. It is an ancient being who has lived for hundreds of millions of years. Millions of years. Even if it's just an egg with the god's dead brain. They have all become the top powerhouses in the level sub-god father category. That one outlived egg. And what about a mysterious guy of a special race that was originally unknown? In case Collector is above the level of Heavenly Father. I rashly offended him. Maybe directly beaten to death here. After all, Fang Bing is now in the void. This is not the Earth. Not Ancient One's territory. Fang Bing felt that Ancient One would definitely not be able to cover him across half of the universe. Not to mention even on Earth. Ancient One has never been deliberately covering himself. Just the strong ones. Want to make trouble for yourself. You have to come to Earth first. And Ancient One is to protect the Earth. They will not be allowed in without permission. It can be regarded as indirectly covering Fang Bing. So, now Fang Bing. Actually in an area with unknown dangers. Little life is the most important thing. He couldn't help being careless. Therefore, Fang Bing needs to inquire about the situation of the Collector in advance. And where is the best place to find out? Naturally that is where Fang Bing has now arrived. Casino. Fang Bing stood at the door of this flashing red light sign. Listen to the movement inside the casino. It was found that there is also soundproofing equipment. So he lifted his legs and walked inside, just entered the casino. Immediately, a beautiful woman with excellent demeanor greeted her in the hall. Only, this beauty Yingban is obviously not from Earth. Because she also has a fluffy rabbit tail. Rabbit ear girl. This is Fang Bing's first reaction. But when he carefully looked at each other's ears, no furry rabbit ears were found. They no longer bothered about the race of the other party. And the rabbit-tailed beauty at the moment has also arrived in front of Fang Bing. Bow to him very politely. Then he said with a friendly smile, "Hello, dear sir, do you need some entertainment?" The other party spoke the interstellar common language. And this language, Fang Bing had already been extracted from the men sent by Thanos. So there is no obstacle in communication, and after some conversation, Fang Bing uses the interstellar watch on his wrist. The payment was successfully made to the other party. Spend 10,000 star coins to buy 10 chips with a denomination of 1,000. And this star trail watch, the same Fang Bing had obtained from Thanos men long ago. Just got it before. He just passes through the captives being controlled. I learned the purpose of this thing in the universe. So he kept it in his personal space, and the interstellar currency in the watch. It was he who collected the deposits of all the previous captives. Brought together, a total of 3.5 million. This number is not too small, actually, quite a lot. Because the purchasing power of interstellar coins is astonishing. To know, Xingju snatched the cosmic spirit ball back then. A bounty placed on him by Yondu's raider fleet. It's only tens of thousands of interstellar coins. And Gamora is the adopted daughter of Thanos. Belonging to the notorious scum, it's a bounty in the universe. It's only 200,000 interstellar coins. But originally, with those elite fighters of Thanos, it is absolutely impossible to save so many interstellar coins. 3 million interstellar coins that Fang Bing got. Source of the vast majority, or a few of Thanos' obsidian generals. Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive. These three guys are Thanos generals. And quite long-lived. Across the universe for many years. Searching for wealth is naturally easier. Fang Bing approached the payment device wearing a star trail watch. After 2 beeps, then the payment is successful. After, he was led by the waitress. Bring your own 10 chips. Go inside the casino. After passing through a long corridor opening downwards, Fang Bing did not wait to actually enter the casino lobby. Already heard the uproar of voices in advance. This means the soundproofing and security of this casino. They should all be placed in that long passage. Ordinary people enter the passage without permission. I'm afraid it will be blasted into slag by some laser weapon energy in an instant. Although the voices of gamblers in the casino can already be heard. But Fang Bing continued to follow behind the waitress. Take a few more steps. Go out of the passage and enter the casino lobby. After arriving at the place, the waitress who led the way turned around respectfully. Asked towards Fang Bing. Excuse me sir, do you need a guide? I only need 100 tips, and I will serve you all the way. Fang Bing heard this. Then he waved his hand. The waitress was dismissed. Although, he has never played Daodiju on Alien Planet. But that wasn't a problem for him at all. Because he had previously obtained a 7-level cosmic casino trick from Thanos men. So he glanced at it. Immediately recognized the games being played on all the tables in the casino. And immediately emerged in the mind. How to win these money games. Definitely. Fang Bing on this trip. Certainly not for gambling to earn interstellar coins. But to inquire about information, but because he has super hearing. And telepathy ability, so he didn't need to go to someone to talk about it. Fang Bing just needs to be in this casino for a while. You can hear some news from these people, but also through telepathy. Steal the memories of gamblers and casino workers. So, after Fang Bing stepped into the crowded hall, did not walk a few steps, he randomly chose an available gaming table and sat down. Put the chips in front of you. Started casually playing with other people at the table. At the same time, he began to search for news related to Collector Defan. Then, Fang Bing noticed something was wrong. His telepathy doesn't work as well as it does on Earth. When I was on Earth before, the telepathy ability he has since acquired from Professor X. In the face of ordinary people are mutants without special abilities. Basically, the memories of these people can be obtained. And the acquired memory is still very complete. And now, when Fang Bing uses telepathy to read ability against various alien races in the casino lobby. But found these aliens, some are easy to read and remember. It is 100 times easier than the people on Earth. But such aliens are only a small part, and most aliens. When reading memory, both made Fang Bing feel greater resistance than reading ordinary people on the Earth. Definitely. With the powerful telepathy of Professor X. Basically, most of the characters will still be read into memory by Fang Bing. It's just that many of these memories are not so complete. Just a piece of defective memory, and there are a very small number of people. Fang Bing speculates that it may be due to differences in brain structure or biological characteristics. It is impossible for him to read the memory at all. It can only slightly sense the other party's temporary thoughts. Fine. Fang Bing's ability to adapt is very strong. In this case, after being slightly surprised, he quickly accepted it in his heart. After all, although the Earth is a special planet, humans are also considered a special race in the universe. But, just in terms of physical fitness and mental strength, in the vast universe, there are still many races stronger than it. There's nothing surprising about this either. And, even if it's just a defective memory, but after all, there are so many people in the casino. It also let Fang Bing learn a lot of useful information. For example, where is the address of Collector Defan? For example, who are the strongest under Collector Defan? For example, Collector Diffin's love affair with Feng Liu. In these memories, there are many things that Fang Bing hadn't learned from Xingju before. Information about the Void City, definitely. It's not that Xingju and others are hiding something from Fang Bing. 80% of them don't know at all. After all, Xingju and others have not come to the land of nothingness a few times. Knowledge of the void, it's just superficial. It took about 10 minutes, after discovering the memories of most people in the casino lobby. Fang Bing stopped. It was of no use to him to stay here. Information that can be obtained from these individuals. He already knew almost everything. It's just that Fang Bing was a little disappointed. In the memory of these people, there is no actual combat power of the collector. Memories related to collector's strength. It's just how powerful his 7 fleets are. He once spent a lot of money to buy something rare and powerful. How huge and precious is his treasure trove of collections? Definitely. Relates to the memory of the collector's vault. Basically, these gamblers are guessing. In fact, they are not eligible to enter the collector's treasure house to watch. Just conjecture. And the reason why they have no memory of the strength of collector originally. It was because of the hundreds of people who were present just now. No one ever saw collector make a move. I haven't heard of collector at all. In this place of nothingness, so many years. It's not that no one is going to provoke the Defan group recklessly. But basically I didn't even see the face of the collector. He was blasted into trash by the fleet under collector. Or the strong men of various races in the universe collected by collector. It broke its neck. But, in the gambler's memory, Fang Bing also verified one thing. That is, collector of the void. Indeed with Sakar's Gao Tianjun. It's a pair of brothers. The reason why Fang Bing thinks the news that Gao Tianjun and collector are brothers is very important. It's because Gao Tianjun was originally a very powerful character. He might even be stronger than collector. Because Gao Tianjun is also one of the 12 elders of the universe. It is also immortal. Lived for millions or even tens of millions of years. And it's different from collector. Gao Tianjun doesn't like collecting rare items. His hobby is playing games, especially fighting games. So he aliased the Grandmaster, Sokka Star, the intersection of time and space that ruled the universe. Then established their own forces on Sakar, and began to hold fighting competitions on Sakar. That's nothing. The most important thing is Gao Tianjun's fighters. Basically he was caught. One by one were locked into the arena. Want to leave Sakar? You have to fight to the death in the fighting arena first. To leave Sakar, the champion of the fighting tournament must be one. Need to be able to do this. Definitely requires strong force. You must know the characters who were once imprisoned in Sakar by Gao Tianjun and forced to participate in the fighting competition. But it's not easy. Only Fang Bing knows. Once won the championship in Sakar. Those famous people are God of War Ares. He is one of the 12 main gods of Olympus. It is also the existence second only to Odin. Definitely. Fang Bing is all but Thor on Earth. No trace of the gods of Olympus has been seen yet. It is estimated that they have already left the Earth for some unknown reason. Went to the universe. Except Ares, god of war. There is also horse-faced Thor who also won the championship in Sakar. Then he was released by Gao Tianjun, as for the original movie plot. Later the Green Titan Hulk, after the events of Ultron. After flying away from Earth in Quinjet, also exiled to Sakar. He was arrested by Gao Tianjun. Force him to fight for his own fun. Definitely. Same with this guy Thor, was captured by Gao Tianjun. So many famous people, they have all been captives of Gao Tianjun. But Gao Tianjun is still alive and well. What does this mean? This fully shows the strength of Gao Tianjun. Absolutely not to be underestimated. It has to be a level godfather anyway, right? So, in the memory of everyone in the casino, it was confirmed that Gao Tianjun and Collector were indeed brothers. A few years ago, I also came to the land of nothingness. Find a collector party. Fang Bing was even more cautious. So he decided about getting reality gem from Collector. It is better to resolve it peacefully. Go as far as possible. Don't accidentally poke the ant's nest. So, Fang Bing thinks, it's time for me to take the initiative to visit the Collector. Definitely. It's the kind of official door-to-door visit. See if you can use the resources you have. Return the reality gem from him. But Fang Bing will definitely not trade mind gem. He felt endless Uru metal in his hands. Collector might be interested. After all, there is such a thing as Ulu metal. Rare in the entire universe. They are the hardest metals that are extremely powerful. Otherwise, Odin is another character of level godfather. Nor will weapons and armor be made of this material. Fang Bing still has some confidence in this. As for the safety issues of this trip, Fang Bing has also gained some confidence. The reason is still in the information he just got. In the memory of these gamblers, Collector is not a brutal murderer. Still pay more attention to the spirit of fair trade. So, only the Defan group can manage the city of nothingness as bustling and lively as it is now. After all, if Collector is also a guy like Thanos who slaughters the planet at every turn, then this nothingness, probably except for the members of the Defan group, no other outsider would dare to come. After thinking about the follow-up plan, Fang Bing stood up, ready to leave the casino. Go directly to Collector Diffin's mansion to try his luck. See if you can see him. But Fang Bing just stood up. A guy at the same table was unhappy. This guy is red-skinned. A malevolent-looking alien with horns on his head. See Fang Bing get up. He slapped the table with a bang. He shattered the alloy tabletop in half. You won so much money from me, you want to leave? Sit down for me and keep playing. The red-horned alien, whose race Fang Bing could not recognize, yelled at Fang Bing angrily. Fang Bing was a little surprised at first. Then I recalled the situation when I just played cards. Only then did I understand why the red-horned alien was so angry. Because just now, 20 minutes after Fang Bing sat down, although I have been perfunctorily playing casually, the main focus is on reading memories and eavesdropping on conversations. But because of the superb technology brought by his superb 1,000 skills, even if you don't care much, he also doubled his 10,000 chips tenfold. Now it has become 100,000 in hand, and the money. The main thing is to win from the red-horned alien in front of him. Inside the 90,000 chips, at least 70,000 were contributed by the red-horned aliens. Obviously, this guy is a loser. That's why he's red-eyed now. Threatened not to let Fang Bing leave, after Fang Bing figured out what happened. Laughed. Good guy. Your own technical rubbish is out of luck. It's none of my business to lose, don't you keep losing. I have to stay here to play with you all the time? Nonsense. Then, Fang Bing ignored the red-horned alien. Take your own 100,000 chips. He turned his head and left the table. Head toward the passageway that leaves the hall. He didn't care about the furious red-horned alien behind him. He's about to switch chips and leave now. And the red-horned alien with red eyes, seeing that Fang Bing ignored him at all, despised him so much. Angry eyes are red. Rush forward and prepare to attack Fang Bing's spoon. Definitely. He failed. Not because Fang Bing fought back and beat him to scum. It's because he didn't get close to Fang Bing at all. He was stopped by the guards of the casino, gave him a warning. Keep him away from other guests, and let him compensate the cost of the gaming table. To leave the casino. So, the red-horned alien could only watch Fang Bing walk into the passage angrily. But he obviously wasn't ready to let it go. Although he lost all his money to Fang Bing, but obviously this guy is a member of a certain force. After a communication call, then came a few aliens with strange shapes and rushed to the casino. Settled arrears for the red-horned aliens, accompanied by the yelling and angry left the casino. And after leaving the casino, they also picked up the communicators and started calling friends. Ask your companions in the void to find Fang Bing. To avenge the red-horned aliens, definitely. Fang Bing didn't know that the red-horned aliens would be so stingy. I don't know what he said to his companions, so that he can mobilize so many people to seek revenge on him. He was just exchanging 100,000 chips for interstellar coins. After everything was transferred to his Star Trail watch. Just left the casino. Start rushing towards the collector's mansion. Definitely. This time he wasn't going to fly invisibly. After all that appears, it's a bit too abrupt. And Fang Bing has found out means of transportation in the Void City. Its flying speed is not much slower than its own flying speed. So he is also preparing to experience the feeling of taxiing in an alien planet. There are still many speed taxis in the City of Nothingness. Fang Bing just waited for 2 minutes near the casino. A flight controller with yellow and blue paint stopped in front of him. Fang Bing has no hesitation either, stepped in. After going in, Fang Bing only found out. This flight controller, it's not even single. This thing is like a bus on Earth. There are already many people sitting on it. It flies along a fixed route. When you meet someone to take a ride, you will pick it up. Someone is going to get off the bus, just stop. No one wants to go down. Just fly to the finish line. Fang Bing was going to leave directly. Change to a dedicated flight device. Or just fly over there. But when Fang Bing looked at the holographic route map on the flight device, I dismissed the idea. Because this bus flight is the end of the line. It's near the collector's mansion. As long as Fang Bing sits down, you can get to where you want to go. So Fang Bing simply found a seat by the window. Concentrate on admiring the beauty of this alien city countless light years away from the Earth. After watching it carefully for a few minutes, Fang Bing believes that there is one sentence that can sum up what he is seeing in the alien city of the Void City at the moment. A cyberpunk, light monster Luli. Although the residents of this alien city are not known. How do you feel about this city? But anyway, Fang Bing, a first-time visitor from Earth. For this kind of place that is completely different from the Earth's cultural environment. Still very interested, so Fang Bing thought. Wait here to finish the important things at hand. You can also bring Wanda and Sky with you in the future. Come here and have fun. But Fang Bing's amazing journey on an alien bus. It was quickly interrupted by some uninvited guests. After the flight of the aircraft for half an hour, when stopping at a place temporarily, a tall, thin alien wearing a leather jacket and leather pants walked in from the outside. He walks behind the flight bus. No rush to find a place to sit. It's like looking for someone. Look around. He looked at the passengers in the flight device one by one. When looking at other passengers, he swept it all away. Until he saw Fang Bing sitting by the window. His eyes stopped immediately. After staring at Fang Bing for a few seconds. Just pretend nothing happened. Walked to the seat at the rear of the flight controller. Sat down. And Fang Bing definitely noticed the guy's gaze too. Being on an alien planet. Although Fang Bing has been looking out the window. But his mental strength. But he has been monitoring the movement nearby. Just in case any danger is discovered in advance. There is time to open the portal and leave, but just the words of the tall and thin alien in front of him. Fang Bing was not afraid at all, on the contrary. He has seen the memory fragment of this guy, and when he noticed that this guy was secretly using the communicator to send signals outward, Fang Bing decided to pretend nothing happened. Waiting for his accomplices to arrive, teach them a lesson. He already guessed. This tall, thin alien, Zhu Cheng, is an accomplice of the red-horned alien in the casino just now. Because I have since lifted my invisibility, people who can be regarded as having conflicts. There was only one red-horned alien who couldn't afford to lose in the casino. Just at the casino, Fang Bing sees a provocation from the red-horned alien. One is thinking about coming to the City of Nothingness for the first time. It is not suitable for being too ostentatious. More importantly, the guy was stopped by the casino guards. Did not rush over. Fang Bing naturally didn't bother to turn around and talk to him. But now, things are different. I didn't even pay attention to him. Tolerated his provocation. Left the casino. This guy is still relentless. Mobilized people to take the initiative to seek revenge on themselves. Then Fang Bing didn't want to bear it anymore. Anyway, the City of Nothingness, it is also a place of freedom. The Defan group will not care about the struggle between outsiders at all. As long as you don't stay on the territory of the Defan group. So, Fang Bing was going to teach this group of red-horned aliens a hard lesson. By the way, draw a few more aliens. See if you can extract some useful abilities from these aliens. After all, the fighting power of the red-horned alien just now seemed to be pretty good. He shattered the alloy table with one slap. Make no mistake. It's broken, not flat. That metal gaming table. When Fang Bing just played cards on it, also came into contact with. Get a rough idea of its hardness. So Fang Bing roughly calculated. Basically, the superheroes on Earth. That's Thor's level of power. Only then can there be such great power. Smash that alloy table into pieces with your bare hands. Definitely. Possesses great power. It does not mean that the fighting power must be strong. That guy really got into a fight with Thor. It is estimated that he will be hanged and beaten by Thor. But it also means the strength of the group of red-horned aliens is not bad. At least it is stronger than superheroes like Captain America on Earth. In the universe, he shouldn't be considered a character at the mediocre level. So, these people are for Fang Bing. Still have some use value. It can be used as an extraction ability object. So Fang Bing is ready to play with them. A few minutes later, the flight bus stopped again. Another 2 aliens with fierce faces came up to. Fang Bing still pretended not to see it. Continue to watch the beautiful scenery outside the window. He is not in a hurry to do it. He wanted to see how many people the opponent could have. Moreover, save more people. It's more cost-effective to do it yourself. Really. As Fang Bing expected. Next, the flight bus began to pick up people constantly. And they were all men with fierce faces, at the beginning. These people who get in the car also know how to hide. But with more and more accomplices sitting on the flight controller, these guys feel the odds are in their hands. Look at Fang Bing's eyes. Has begun to be unscrupulous and full of malice. And this flight bus, it could have seated 50 people. But ordinary passengers who were originally on board with Fang Bing. None of them are fools. Looking at the situation in front of me. Who doesn't know that something is wrong? One by one slipped away early. Fine. This flight bus is a fully intelligent unmanned flight device. No driver needed at all. Otherwise, at this moment, I am afraid that even the driver has disappeared. Finally. Wait until the flight bus is not far from the finish line. The flight deck is already filled with fellow red-horned aliens. Yes. Fang Bing has confirmed that these people are all accomplices of the red-horned alien. Because of this petty idiot. At this moment, he was already standing in front of Fang Bing. He laughed strangely at him for 3 minutes. It's just that Fang Bing kept ignoring him. Didn't even look at him. Still enjoying the scenery outside the window. And that red-horned alien. Look at Fang Bing and don't even look at him. I thought Fang Bing was afraid of him. He laughed even louder. Finally. Because the idiot's weird laugh is too loud. Seriously affected the viewing of Fang Bing, and Fang Bing felt the number of people on the flight controller at the moment. That's enough already. Enough to pump yourself hard. So, he just turned around. He looked at the red-horned alien. He smiled faintly and said, "Do you know that your smile is ugly? It's fine if you were ugly, but your smile is so ugly, your father didn't throw you into the trash can. It was a very wrong choice." Red-horned alien. Bark. 2 white streams of air jetted out from the nostrils of the red-horned alien. His face also suddenly turned red, obviously. The taunting skills that Fang Bing practiced on the Earth network. It can be said to be universal. Not even aliens can resist. So, the red-horned alien listened to Fang Bing's words. Immediately went berserk. Roar, he roared angrily. Exhausted all the strength. Raised the metal glove on the fist. Calling Fang Bing angrily. Fang Bing smiled slightly. Stretch out a hand casually. Accurately caught the fist of the red-horned alien. Let the red-horned aliens use their strength. Fang Bing was still sitting in his seat, not moving at all. And everyone else on the flight, seeing the red-horned aliens make a move. And now it seems to be deflated. Immediately, they took out their knives one after another. Draw a gun, aiming the cannon. We are going to give Fang Bing a hard time together. Their weapons are real ones. Although the guards of the Defan group temporarily detained everyone's spaceship when they entered the country. However, personal weapons were not confiscated. After all, in the universe, a place where the strong prey on the weak and advocate freedom. Confiscate everyone's sidearm. That's a little unrealistic. Besides, Defan group temporarily detains their flight device. It's just for fear that they will steal resources in the void. And sidearms. Even if you let me bring it in. No flight controller. Can't do much either. Once something goes wrong, Defan Group drives the space fleet. Are you afraid that you won't be able to defeat these guys who are just holding sidearms? And Fang Bing. Look at this battle. I am too lazy to play anymore. After all, he still wanted to be on this flight machine. Fly to the collector's mansion. Let these guys blow it up. I don't have to fly past again. Then, he holds the fist of the red-horned alien. Exhibited his universe's top fighting skills. Use a little force. Shaked a bit. Then he smashed the whole body of this guy's bones with clever power. A red-horned alien with shattered bones. I can no longer be majestic. I can't even laugh anymore. His face instantly turned pale. Tears, snot, sweat, flowed down together. And the whole body also fell limp in an instant. Like a puddle of mud. Total loss of mobility. This hand is strong. In fact, Fang Bing made a move immediately. Because he still needs to keep him to feed and extract ability. Also because this guy has a strong physique. That's why he just let him form this kind of injury. Can't move. Stay and feed later. It's too late to say it. Actually, at the speed of Fang Bing, just finished off the red-horned aliens. It only took a moment, then, not yet. The red-horned alien fell to the ground. Fang Bing showed his true speed. At a speed that cannot be recognized by the naked eye. Talked to more than 40 aliens on the flight device. Tong Tong came to have a cordial exchange, after half a second. It was as if Fang Bing, who had never left before, returned to his original position. And the more than 40 aliens on the flight device. Chi suddenly turned pale. Painful. Then they fell limply to the ground. Yes. Just half a second. Fang Bing with his superb speed. Let these 40 people. Tong Tong enjoyed the treatment that the red-horned alien just received. Do this for Fang Bing. It's not difficult at all. After all, he has not only gained the super speed of Quicksilver. Also got the heartbeat time of the yo-yo, and has been exercising through meditation and running. Enhance these two abilities, his current speed. Under normal conditions, the speed is 5,500 km per hour. While performing a super transformation, after turning into a 3-meter form. It even reached 27,500 kilometers, such extraordinary speed. Crush these aliens who are not too strong, it was so easy. Definitely. What Fang Bing said was not too strong. Also for yourself, and just after playing against everyone. He also knew the level of strength of these more than 40 aliens. Basically, it's on the same level as the red-horned aliens. Just 2 people. Others. Not as good as the elite fighters in Thanos' army captured by Fang Bing before. And the red-horned alien is stronger than the other 2. Probably stronger than the elite fighters of Thanos' army. It is estimated that it should be no problem to hang Captain America. But against the Spider-Man Iron Man kind of thing, it will definitely be hanged and beaten in reverse. Subsequently, after solving these people, Fang Bing took some time. Open everyone's mouth. Under the panicked and humiliated eyes of these alien raiders. They were force-fed jelly beans. Yes. Fang Bing already knew the identities of these people. They're all-star pirate marauders, definitely. These people are not Yondu's subordinates. I don't know Xingju and others. Instead, it belongs to another team of marauders. Been passing through the void for the past few days. Come in and sell looted goods, and refueling. By the way, let these marauders who have been deflated on the ship for a month or 2 relax. Actually, marauders are not just the name of some interstellar pirates. Nor is it a derogatory term, but a huge interstellar alliance. Marauders Interstellar Pirate Alliance. It is a loose alliance of 100 interstellar pirate fleets. They usually rob passing spaceships in the universe. Take care. Such thieves-like behavior. The raider's reputation in the cosmos is long overdue. He should still be wanted by all major forces in the universe. It should be impossible to enter the city of nothingness. But the people who formed the marauders. These have been envisioned in advance. He made strict rules. Require every interstellar pirate that joins the marauders to comply. That's what's included when robbing a spaceship. If the opponent surrenders, it is absolutely not allowed to hurt and insult the other party. Seize the goods. It is also only allowed to take away 1/3 of the opponent's goods. Leave more than half for the other party. Besides, if a spaceship has been robbed by a raider, then another group of looters will never be allowed to loot again. And there's the strict rules against trafficking in children and women. These rules. It also makes the Predator's reputation in the universe actually not bad. There are basically no forces that will issue wanted orders for an entire raider fleet. At most, it is the crime committed by individual looters. Will be wanted. Safety is guaranteed. Joining also has money, face and backing. So all these years, the power of the looters is also growing in the universe. And these rules of looters, any looters, will also be strictly followed, because if not complied with, will be kicked out of the Marauder Alliance. Let it run its course. What are the star pirates kicked out of the marauders? Among the major forces, that naturally also belongs to pure interstellar pirates. What happened again? It may be directly wiped out by a fleet. Yondu. In fact, he has been kicked out of the Marauder Alliance now. The reason lies in Xingju. because Yondu had previously accepted Ego's employment in the whole universe. Help him find the son he sowed. Yondu starts off knowing only the children he finds on various living planets. Both sons of Egg. Thought it was a child-finding mission. But until he finds out that Egg killed every kid he sent. Only then did I realize that I had become a human trafficker who helped the evildoers. Just when Yondu found out about this, right after he went to Earth to take Star-Lord away. That's why he didn't continue to give Star-Lord to Ege. Instead, he chose to raise Xingju by himself. An abducted child. He grew up in the Marauder fleet. How could such a thing be hidden? So, Yondu abducted and trafficked children. It was soon known by the Marauder Alliance, so Yondu was directly kicked out of the Marauder League. As for his justification, his confession, no one wants to listen to it at all, and Fang Bing. After knowing that these people are all raiders, the red-horned alien in front of him, when he was still the third in command of that raider fleet. Also a little troublesome. The Marauders are so powerful after all. If found, got tangled up, it is also quite troublesome. 100 fleets. Kill each one. You have to kill your hands too, right? So, in order not to feel numb in the future, Fang Bing decided to numb his hands a little now. Anyway, these guys took the initiative to provoke him. It is also a death penalty, if today's self, not having great strength, it fell into the hands of these guys on this flight. It is not certain that they will be subjected to inhuman treatment. After all, Fang Bing heard it with his own ears. The more than 40 looters just now have discussed it unabashedly. Wait until you catch yourself. How should I abuse myself, a human being who looks thin and tender? So, Fang Bing is thinking about what he is going to do right now. There is no psychological burden at all. He stood up. Waited for a while. Waiting for the ding 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 sound in my mind to finish. I counted again, after matching the number of looters in front of them. Only then reached out and opened a portal. Then he stepped forward and put the more than 40 looters in front of him. And that red-horned alien, throw them in together. After a while, only Fang Bing was left in the flight controller. Definitely. Fang Bing didn't throw them all into the volcano to destroy their corpses. That would be such a waste. Fang Bing just threw them all. The Ulu metal prison that I established on the seabed of Hive Star before. That prison. Now there is only one person in the hive. But it was very empty. It is more than enough to shut down hundreds of people. And Fang Bing did not kill them directly. He has his own plans. He is going to look at the ability list of these people first. If you have the ability you need, when you have time, go directly to use the ability of the little rascal. Extract it permanently. And those guys who don't have any special abilities, just wait until you are free at. Just use Mind Gem to control them one by one. Be your own loyal little brother. Let them work for themselves for the rest of their lives. Come pay this debt. After all, Fang Bing is too short of people now. And if he wants to use material conversion to mass-produce space fleets in the future, it also takes many loyal men to man the battleship. And now, even if you count these 40 people, plus those captured before, there are only more than 60 younger brothers. Distance yourself from the number of people you need. It's not even close, after throwing all the future migrant workers in. Fang Bing thought. He closed the portal. Then, he sat back in his original seat, with flight bus. Continue towards the finish line. As for the surveillance video of the scene just now on the flight device, he believes, at the moment has already fallen into the hands of the Defan fleet. After all, he is a flight controller. Then I noticed the bright monitoring probes scattered all over the front, back, left, and right sides of the flight device. And in the flight cabin, there are Tiffany Group logos all over the place. Obviously, the flight bus of the Void City. They should all belong to the industry of Defan Group. That's why Fang Bing was not before the fight. The reason for destroying all monitoring probes first. He didn't do that. I just want people from the Defan Group. I want Collector to see my strength, in this case. I will come to find the Collector by myself later. Only then may they not be rejected directly. After all, this is not Earth. Fang Bing didn't need to hide his identity at all. There is no need to hide strength. People of this universe, probably except Xingju and others, no one knows his origin at all. And Fang Bing has already passed through these cosmic flares. And the memories of Thanos' elite warriors who were captured before. Learned the rules to survive in the universe. That is, only the strong will be respected. Pretending to be weak will only be cast aside. No one even bothers to look at you, and Fang Bing now thinks so. Part of the strength that I just revealed It should have caught the attention of the Defan group. Fang Bing guessed right. Just fought in the flight bus. Before it even started. Defan group is located in the protection center of the City of Nothingness. An anomaly on the flight controller has been detected. When found through monitoring, more than 40 red-haired marauders boarded a flight bus at the same time. The staff of the protection center of the Tiffin group knew that a good show was about to be staged. Only, they have no intention of stopping the flight bus. Stop plans for ensuing conflict. After all, the person who boards the flight, they have already paid for their rides when they first boarded. As for what they do inside the flighter, a member of Defan group don't care at all, unless they did damage to that flight bus. Then it will be the time for the security forces of the Defan group to enter the stage. And then, who sabotaged the flight bus? The Defan group will definitely make them spit out 10 times the repair cost. This can be said to be a profitable business for the Defan group. Oh, correct. It's not that the security personnel of Defan group don't care at all. They still like to watch this kind of excitement. Once this happens, basically, there will be some exciting scenes. So, security center staff. The real-time screen of the flight controller has been added. It was transferred to the big screen in the hall. And also turned on the recording. Prepare to record the explosive scenes that may happen later. Send it to the interstellar network. You can also earn more clicks. Gain some fans or something. Then, these Tiffin security personnel. They stared at the holographic screen one by one, waiting for the emergence of the best screen. When they saw the red-horned marauder punching Fang Bing, I knew it was going to be a good show. I couldn't help cheering. But what happened next on the flight bus? But these security personnel were completely confused. Because they found out, following that punch from the red-horned marauder. In less than 2 seconds, all the more than 40 looters belonging to the red-haired looting group in the flight device. All of them collapsed to the ground with miserable faces and pained faces. And the only one who survived, it was the young human they had expected to be the protagonist of the explosive video from the very beginning. Could it be this young man did it? How can this be? But, if it wasn't for him, in the flight controller at the moment. Except he's fine. Other people. All were knocked down in an instant. So, security personnel of the local group. Right off the bat, this scene just happened. Must have something to do with the only young human still standing. Then, we are also ready to replay the image. Slow down. Find out what's going on. Just didn't wait for them to play back the surveillance video. Then I saw the young human swipe his hand with a smile on his face. A magical orange-yellow halo. Then it appeared in the flight bus out of thin air. And that young human. This time, he walked slowly in front of them. Stepped forward. One by one, the more than 40 looters of the red-haired looters who collapsed to the ground. All were thrown into the orange-yellow circle of light. Wait for the flight bus. Only, that one young human was left. The orange halo also disappeared immediately. This scene saw the security personnel of the Defan group. See here. They immediately realized that this young man was anything but ordinary. The kind of ability he displayed just now, it is absolutely impossible to be a technological prop. But a special ability, so, the security personnel of Defan group immediately began investigating Fang Bing's identity. After wanting to find out his identity, then report to this powerful anomalous person. After all, monitor all possible safety hazards. It is the biggest task of Defan security personnel. And that kind of inexplicable makes people fall to the ground. And the ability to open the portal at will. Even in the universe, it is by no means a common thing. After all, although there are countless life races in the universe. And some races, because of racial ability and characteristics, may have more special abilities than other races. Or more powerful. But, there are also high and low special abilities. And the special ability that these security personnel saw just now is easy to display. It's something they've never seen before. Then, the Tiffin Security Center immediately became busy. Some people began to investigate the origin of Fang Bing. How to enter and exit. With whom? What is your name? From where? And some others. Then start to play back the surveillance video just now in the car at a slow speed. Trying to find out what ability Fang Bing just used. Solved more than 40 looters in an instant. Definitely. More security personnel. This is already under command at the top. In the beginning, we kept monitoring Fang Bing. Begin deploying defenses to the area of AA the flight bus. This is not what they plan to do to Fang Bing. It's just a practice. Face the mighty. Arrange forces in advance for monitoring. In this way, they can rest assured that such a humanoid weapon can walk in the city. in case Fang Bing suddenly relied on force, trespassing into forbidden places. And in a few minutes, the working group responsible for finding out where Fang Bing came from is the same as the group responsible for viewing flight bus monitoring. They have all come to the top of the security center. Start reporting the findings to him. The result is the origin of Fang Bing. They have no idea. When does this person enter the void? How to enter the void? It's not documented at all, and things that can be found. Only Fang Bing suddenly appeared outside the casino. After winning money in the casino, there was a conflict with the third officer of the red-haired marauders. That led to the grumpy red-haired marauder third mate Collar seeking revenge on him. The results of this survey, it's just so unusual. The high-level security center has been stationed in the void for decades. Never seen this happen yet. How could a person enter the city of nothingness without a trace? This is incredible too. Could it be that the security personnel at the port and entrance were bribed? So that's why he sneaked in. The senior management of the security center of the Tiffin group was suddenly filled with endless guesses. Only when he next heard a debrief from another group, immediately dispelled the suspicion of his subordinates just now. Because another group reported, after they played back the surveillance video in slow speed, found just in flight, it was indeed this young human that brought down more than 40 raiders in an instant. Only, this young human does not rely on the kind of super abilities similar to the Cree test subjects, but simply relying on super fast speed, within 0.5 seconds. Using a special technique, and great power, the bones of more than 40 looters were instantly shattered. Back to the original place, because this young human being is too fast. Just in the surveillance video, everyone thought he didn't move at all. And the senior management of the security center of Defan Group finished listening to the report of their subordinates. He heard his subordinates' calculations on the speed at which Fang Bing exploded just now. I understood immediately. Why can this young human enter the void without a trace? Because of this extraordinary speed, plus some small props to block technology detection. Can completely avoid anyone's sight, pass through any ship that enters the void, dive into the void city with ease. So, now a problem is facing the senior management of the security center of the Tiffin Group in the city of nothingness. Confronted with a trespasser in the city of nothingness, it also possesses powerful and special abilities of extreme speed and opening space channels. How should we deal with him? Finally, the senior management of the security center chose to report Fang Bing's information. Chose to throw the pot. Let the big boss, Collector Tiffin, make the decision. What he did was also in line with the rules of the Defan Group. Because after all, collectors like to collect more than rare items. There are also creatures of various rare races. A rare individual creature like Fang Bing, he believed that his boss would be very interested. On the flight bus, Fang Bing continued to sit in his seat leisurely, looking at the scenery outside the window, for whatever happens next. He didn't care at all. Don't worry about your own safety. Because his current body is not his body at all. It's just duplication. As for his body, definitely has been staying on his own space carrier. He is as steady as an old dog. How could you risk your life? Use the main body to sit on Star-Lord's spaceship. To try to break into the void, in case something happens halfway. Be seen through. Encountered an irresistible danger. If not, it's over. So, from the beginning, when Fang Bing was about to enter the void through the spaceship of Xingju and others, he has been using duplication action at that time. Although duplication has only a fraction of his original power. But, against these marauders, it's more than enough. And because of the existence of the portal spell, whether it is Fang Bing's ontology or duplication, it can come to the land of nothingness at any time. So he didn't panic at all. Besides, at this moment, the space mothership where Fang Bing's body is located, it has also moved away from the land of nothingness. Fang Bing is concentrating on remotely controlling duplication's actions. And the crew members on the mothership, according to Fang Bing's instructions, start in cosmic space near the void. Find a planet with a suitable file size. To make planet duplication for Fang Bing to devour. After all, there is no Fang Bing of planetary duplication. Not even a level sub-god father. Now that has found the place of nothingness. It's better to keep everything in one hand, if Collector is only a level sub-god father. After Fang Bing created a few more planetary duplications around here, it can also deter it. It was a few minutes later. The flight bus finally stopped. We've arrived near the terminal. It was time for Fang Bing to get off the car. He leisurely stepped off the flight controller. Just came out. He has already discovered the hidden power that is everywhere in the dark around him. Even Far away in the sky, there are also 2 fleets. Staring right here. Fang Bing chuckled. The act of feeling like you just showed your strength. Sure enough, the people of Defan Group have noticed it. That's why I'm so guarded against myself. This was completely within Fang Bing's expectations. Then, he also no longer hides, he flew directly into the sky with a high profile. Use only a little slower speed than the flight controller just now. Fly towards Defan's mansion. Devan's mansion is not far from the final stop of the flight bus. That's a distance of tens of kilometers, but Fang Bing still failed to fly directly to Defan's house. They were surrounded and intercepted by several flight warships. Fang Bing also stopped in cooperation, because he knows. From now on, estimate his every move, it has fallen into the eyes of the collector. After the flight warship stopped Fang Bing, soon he shouted at Fang Bing with a loudspeaker. Illegal infiltrators, we are the defense fleet of the Defan Group. We order you to stop immediately, disarm all weapons, and cooperate with our investigation. The tone of the other party was very rude. Fang Bing sounded a little displeased. But, to meet Collector, he still didn't choose to kill them immediately. Instead, he said to the battleship, I came to the land of nothingness to make a deal with Defan, please take me to meet him. As soon as Fang Bing said this, the opponent's battleship fell silent. Apparently reporting to the top. Wait for the command above. Only. After a while, has been using his master listening. Listen to Fang Bing in several nearby battleships. But I heard something unexpected. These warships received orders. Not a warm invitation. Instead, attack collectively and capture yourself alive. This operation of Tiffany Group or Collector. It made Fang Bing a little confused, only. After those warships were ordered. At this moment, the attack on Fang Bing has begun. What electromagnetic net? What narcotic fog bombs? All kinds of things started to launch towards Fang Bing. Fang Bing obviously could no longer calmly wait to be attacked. Although this is just a duplication, but Fang Bing is here to do something. Not finished. Surely you can't even see the true master's face. Just let them be beaten. So, now that Defan Group has taken the initiative. Fang Bing is not polite either, he decided to show more strength. Teach these people a lesson. Just right. One of his abilities had just been upgraded. Now use the warships of the Defan Group in front of you to test it. It couldn't be better. Moment. Fang Bing's body. It began to flicker fiercely with the power of thunder. Moments later, several black thunderbolts shot out from Fang Bing's body. As if torn apart the space, hit towards several space battleships around. How fast is your black lightning? Fang Bing has not tested it specifically. But these black thunders hit all the surrounding space battleships just the moment they were launched. And these space battleships were hit instantly. All with one result. That was a blast. Boom, 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 boom. A group of flames appeared in the air with the roar of the explosion. All the Tiffin Group space battleships around. After exploding in the air, the black wreckage began to fly in the air and land on the ground. Definitely. The security personnel of the Tiffin Group in the battleship. It's all finished with the battleship, so. In view of those who spoke wild words to themselves just now. All dead. Fang Bing was no longer prepared to continue to find the other party's corpse to settle the score. Instead, continue towards the collector's mansion. Definitely. With Fang Bing destroying several space battleships in one fell swoop. It is not without other reactions from the Defan Group. It's just what they do next. But Fang Bing was a little confused. Because the person sent by Defan Group again. Not driving a spaceship, with an energy cannon. It's just a few beautiful girls who look exactly like the people on Earth. He greeted him respectfully with a bright smile on his face. Then, he treated Fang Bing as a distinguished guest with a very polite tone and attitude. Led into the mansion of Collector Defan. After Fang Bing followed several women into the collector's mansion. They served tea and water again, and tell Fang Bing. Collector will meet him later. Fang Bing understood Defan's tricks a bit. Good guy. After a long time, those warships were sent up to provoke. Just to see your own fighting power with your own eyes? Then decide whether to see yourself or not. Do you make a deal with yourself? But Fang Bing also guessed, if he couldn't easily solve those space battleships just now, then he will definitely be captured alive. Then you will also meet the collector. Only then. 80% of them were housed in transparent cages. Dedicated to the collector by Tivin's security staff as a collectible. Imprisoned forever in the collector's vault. Fang Bing figured it out. It's not surprising in my heart, universe. The law of the jungle or something. It's so normal. People without strength expect others to be kind and fair to you. It was a dream. So, Fang Bing sat down with peace of mind at this moment. Not at all restrained. It's time to play. It's time to eat. Just wait. Check out that old collector guy. When will I come to see myself? Anyway, this duplication is just a spell duplication. It was he who used the shape of icon spell, manufactured duplication. Not like the duplication created by the duplication ability. Once you're too far away, you can't take it back. As a spell duplication, the Fang Bing body can dissipate it at any time. It can also be recruited at any time without consumption. There are no hidden dangers at all. Original. Fang Bing's form of icon. It is also impossible to control it at such a distance. Spell duplication cannot be too far away from the body. Otherwise it will dissipate automatically, the distance apart. At most, it is the distance between the Earth and the Moon. But a few days ago, Fang Bing was practicing meditation. It may be that the cosmic energy accumulated in the body has reached a certain level. So let his shape of icon spell be successfully upgraded. The original form of icon was only level 6. After the upgrade, it becomes level 7. Originally, Fang Bing didn't care much about this upgrade. Because even if you get to level 7, in other words, the number of duplications has increased a bit. 36 duplications can be summoned instantly. But the strength of duplication has not improved much. The whole has only 30% of his strength, not as strong as the ability duplication. Only. On the spaceship, when Fang Bing was about to release duplication. What was originally going to be released was the ability duplication to perform tasks in the void. But he suddenly remembered the spell duplication of the new upgrade's shape of icon. So I tried it. Let it open the portal. Go to Xingju and the others. It turned out that after the duplication upgrade of the spell of the shape of icon, it can already span half the universe, controlled by him. And it won't dissipate. So, Fang Bing immediately chose to use spell duplication to carry out this task. After all, if the ability duplication is used, Fang Bing was still a little apprehensive, because power duplications are pure entities. Far away. I can only control him, but he couldn't take him back in time. Want to take it back? Or you can only make the ability duplication close to the body. Or you can only choose the way on the planet Yigo. Take the bomb directly to commit suicide. But if the opponent's strength is particularly strong enough to make its own supernatural duplication unable to commit suicide, that own ability duplication, it is likely to fall into the hands of the opponent. If that is the case, it's disgusting. Even if the ability duplication falls into the hands of others, it will not cause any harm to the main body. Only, the ability duplication has the same gene as the main body. In case collector is a pervert who knows how to play. After getting the duplication of your own abilities, not only make him a collectible, also take your own genes. Clone out yourself. Play with flowers and the like. Isn't that too nonsense? So, Fang Bing is sitting in the collector villa at the moment. It's just a spell duplication that can be taken away at any time. And Fang Bing's real body, it is already riding on the space mothership. Fly to another star field hundreds of light years away from the land of nothingness. But, although this is just spell duplication, but when Fang Bing concentrates on controlling duplication, everything about duplication, it is also shared with the ontology. So, Fang Bing is really tasting the alien food and wine served by those waiters at the moment. These foods, he hadn't really tasted it before. Because even if he has a food maker, it also has to be imagined. In order to create the corresponding delicacies out of thin air. And now Fang Bing is in front of the very alien food. It was something Fang Bing had never imagined before. Naturally, it cannot be generated through the gourmet maker. Definitely. After tasting these alien delicacies this time, Fang Bing can also be generated through the gourmet maker at will in the future. Collector didn't keep Fang Bing waiting. 10 minutes later, Fang Bing saw a man in a colorful robe walk into the reception room. Fang Bing looked up, recognized immediately. This is the lord I have been waiting for, Collector Defan. After Collector comes in, sitting opposite Fang Bing with a smile on his face. He smiled and asked, "Customer from afar, I heard that you want to make a deal with me?" As soon as Collector Defan opened his mouth, he went straight in. No ink at all. As soon as I came up, I started to ask Fang Bing why he came. Fang Bing also put down the food in his hands. After the collector finishes speaking, nodded. He said lightly, "Yes, I want to make a deal with you, but I don't know if you, as the master of the void, are willing to make a fair deal with me." Defan smiled. Ordinary people are not qualified to meet me, but you have proven your strength, so I believe you should be able to produce something that catches my eye. You must have heard of my hobbies, as long as it is rare enough, I will give you a satisfactory reward. Fang Bing listened. I feel that Collector Defan must have misunderstood his purpose of coming. I asked him to exchange reality gem, not to sell him something. So, things still need to be clarified, so Fang Bing waited for Collector to finish speaking. Seriously said, sorry, you may have misunderstood my consciousness. I came here this time to get the reality gem in your hands through trading. I wonder if you are willing to sell it. I can exchange it with enough Ulu metal. Collector Defan listened to Fang Bing's words. At first, I was a little surprised, then suddenly laughed out loud. Huh, you want the reality gem from Infinite Gems? You also know that the people of Asgard sent it to me? Fang Bing heard what Collector Defan said. I feel that there seems to be some special information hidden in it. Know what is called? Is it before myself? Has anyone else approached Tiffin for the reality gem? Could it be that Thanos guy already knows that reality gem is here in Collector Defan? Already at the door? This information is very important. So Fang Bing simply asked, is there anyone else besides me who wants to get reality gem from you? Collector nodded with a smile. Subsequently, Fang Bing came from Collector's mouth, confirmed my guess. That guy Thanos had really been in the void before him. Found the Collector. But the reality gem didn't let Thanos snatch it. Still in Collector's hands. The reason why Thanos didn't snatch it. Because when he came to the void, didn't dare to do it at all. Rather like Fang Bing, came to find Collector. Just trying to exchange reality gems from collectors in a fair trade. Here. Fang Bing immediately had a certain understanding of the bottom line of Collector's strength. The strength of this old guy of Defan, at least level Godfather. Otherwise, Thanos would never be so kind to him. Thanos is already the pinnacle of level sub-Godfather. Holding a power gem, can completely hang the general level sub-Godfather. If Collector is also level sub-Godfather, the nothingness that at the moment himself sees. It should have been in ruins, but this is the case now. It is different from what Fang Bing learned when he watched a movie in his previous life. Because Thanos originally brought the army directly to the door. Grabbed the reality gem from the Collector, but Fang Bing thought for a while. Also figured it out quickly. Why didn't Thanos take the reality gem from the Collector by force? There is only one reason. Thanos is not strong enough. In the original plot, when Thanos came to find the Collector. Except for the power gem on his Infinity Gauntlet. Also already socketed Space Gem and Soul Gem. Space Gem. It was he after the destruction of Asgard. Intercept the Asgard refugee ship that Thor and Loki are on. Kill Loki. Snatched from Loki. He also gave birth control to the remaining Asgard refugees at that time. Regardless of the fact that the people of Asgard are almost dead. And Soul Gem. It was Thanos who accidentally learned of his adopted daughter Gamora. Know the location of the Soul Gem. Then took Gamora to the wild planet. Under the guidance of Red Skull. Sacrifice his beloved adopted daughter, Gamora. Just got the Soul Gem. And there are only 6 rough universe Infinity Stones in total. At that time, 3 Thanos had been obtained. The strength increased directly. It is definitely a breakthrough to level Godfather. It has even surpassed level Godfather, because Fang Bing knows. Ultron in Infinity Armor. After collecting all 6 Infinity Stones. The strength can directly reach the multi-universe level. So Thanos, who had collected all 3 gems at that time, just reached level Godfather. It's all underestimating him. So, level Godfather Thanos with 3 infinite gems against level Godfather's Collector. Who is stronger? That certainly goes without saying. Definitely Thanos is stronger, so the Collector in the original plot will be defeated by Thanos holding 3 Infinity Stones. Takes the reality gem. It is also completely explainable. Especially among the 3 infinite rough stones. There are also big killers such as space gems and power gems. The space gem lets Thanos completely make up for his speed gap. Able in an instant. Travel freely in the universe. Use the destructive power of the power gem. Attack wherever he wants. That's just too perverted. Then, Fang Bing also learned from Collector. The reason why Thanos left the void now. It's because the Collector has agreed to Thanos' deal in exchange for the reality gem. But he also puts his price on Thanos. That's asking Thanos to catch runner for him. Bring the runners to the door. To give the reality gem to Thanos. When Fang Bing heard the conditions Collector put forward to Thanos, he almost laughed out loud, because Fang Bing knows very well what a runner is. Also know, now Thanos, absolutely impossible to catch the runner. Because the so-called runner is actually one of the 12 elders of the universe. That's right. Runners are individuals. It is a person who has lived countless years. He is a cosmic veteran of the same level as Collector and Gao Tianjun. They are all one of the 12 elders of the universe. Although Fang Bing didn't know the strength of the runner. But Fang Bing knows why runners are called runners. The runner is a character who never appeared in any Marvel movie or TV in his previous life. But this character is famous in the comics because of the ability this guy has. Much like Quicksilver, the same as the speed of the universe. But the speed of a runner, much stronger than the current Quicksilver. And can run in the void, in the present universe. Except for the 5 creator gods and the like. I'm afraid no one can keep up with his speed. And in the comics, Thanos was also in exchange for Reality Gem from Collector. Instructed by the Collector to capture the runner. Although then Thanos succeeded, but Thanos at that time. But holding the Space Gem, surpass all space with the Space Gem. Only then did he keep up with the speed of the runner. Successfully trapped and captured the runner. So, now Thanos has only one power gem. I'm afraid I can't even smell the exhaust of the runner. Unless he got the Space Gem first, but that's even more unlikely. Because the Space Gem is in Asgard's Odin treasure curry. So, Fang Bing felt relieved when he heard this. Although he can't catch the runner either, but he still decided to try Collector's verbal punishment again. See if you can swap to Reality Gem for something else. But Ulu Metal is clearly subpar, because Collector was talking just now. It has been clearly stated, although Uru Metal is considered precious to others in the universe. But for him who has lived for countless years, this metal material is not a rare thing. Collector originally already had quite a few Ulu metals in stock. So, Fang Bing, if you want to exchange Uru metal for infinite gems, even if there are more quantities, for collectors, it's all useless. After all, Collector wants rare items. Instead of this amount, huge amounts of forging materials. Then, Fang Bing sat across from Collector. After a little thought, reach out. A summoning array made of Ulu metal was summoned from a different space. Then he quickly recited the mantra silently. A transparent figure appeared beside him. Yes. The figure summoned by Fang Bing. It was when he was casting the summoning technique before. A ghost from another dimension summoned by accident. That one tried to attack him. But Sadako, who was suppressed by him and signed a slavery contract. Exchange this ghost. Do you think it's okay? Although Sadako is invisible, Fang Bing also only has psychic powers to see her. But Collector Defan. Obviously there are also some special abilities. Able to discover the existence of Sadako, after he saw Sadako appear. Immediately stood up curiously. With a strange face, he stepped forward and looked around. This seems to be some kind of spirit body. But it seems to be different from the spirit body I've seen before. Collector sized it up. Sit back again. This is indeed a rare creature, and it is enough to enter my treasure house, but if you want to exchange it for the only 6 infinity stones in the universe, it is obviously not enough. Do you have anything else? Fang Bing also anticipated Collector's reply. After all, he was right. Reality Gem is one of the most supreme treasures in this universe. That is, people like Collector who have a collection quirk. It will be regarded as just a collection, instead of a weapon. Willing to exchange it for other rare items you like. If it is someone else, not to mention Thanos trading runners. Even if Thanos captured all the 12 elders of the universe and exchanged them. Certainly no one wants to change it, so Fang Bing never thought that he could rely on only a weak ghost from another dimension. You can exchange it for the Reality Gem in the Infinity Stone. Just thinking about scrapping it, just try it out. Since it is not enough, then Fang Bing wasn't ready to give up either. He took back the summoning disc of Uru metal. This time, he reached out again. Ghosts from the world of Harry Potter. Boggarts appear in his hand. This is a transparent little Spiderman. It is one of the world-famous ghosts in Harry Potter. It has only one ability. That is the ability to release fear incarnation. So people who see it will be affected by the embodiment of fear. And thought that he saw the most feared person in the depths of his heart. And Fang Bing, after summoning a boggart. There's simply nothing stopping a boggart from unleashing fear avatar. So at this moment when boggart appeared, Collector didn't know what he saw. His complexion changed drastically, stand up abruptly. And the chair he was sitting on, it shattered into powder with a click. Only just less than a second. Collector saw through the dead body of his wife in front of him. Is fake. Collector's worst fear. Same as Wen Wu, the leader of 10 Rings. Also his wife. Because Collector's wife died too. His wife is just like him. Both belong to a special race of immortality. But she doesn't have the special hobby of Collector. Accompanied Collector in the universe for countless years. Finally feel are particularly boring, meaningless. So he abandoned Collector Defan. Choose to end your endless life. Then. Collector Devon since then, became a loner. So the thing he's been most afraid of all the time. That is the death of his wife. Collector is indeed an old monster who has been back for countless years. After discovering that he was affected by an unknown creature in Fang Bing's hands. It also instantly returned to normal, waved. A maid came forward. Bring up a new chair. And took away the pile of broken chairs. Collector waited for the maid to finish with a flat expression. Just sat back again. He smiled at Fang Bing and said, "Can you show me this little baby? This is the first time I have seen a creature with such a special ability." Fang Bing nodded without hesitation. He casually threw the boggart to the Collector. After Collector took over, put on his high-tech glasses. He began to carefully observe this strange creature from another dimension. A few minutes later, only then did Collector stop contentedly. Wonderful creature, this will surely add much splendor to my treasury. Fang Bing heard Collector's words. I couldn't help being happy. He thought that since Collector had said such a thing, the deal should have been agreed. Willing to exchange reality gem for these 2 different dimensional ghosts. But Fang Bing obviously overestimated Collector's character. I saw that Collector finished playing boggart. Reach out to Fang Bing directly. Then, Fang Bing found that his spell duplication was fixed by a powerful force. Duplication's body cannot move, can't even move an inch. Obviously, Collector Defan this guy. Prepare to eat black. Really. The next thing Fang Bing saw was Collector sitting on a chair. Reach out. He grabbed Sadako who was standing next to him. Subsequently, the reception room is outside. At the moment, a few maids walked in carrying 3 transparent glass boxes. Collector Defan waved his hand, then Sadako and Boggart. They were sent into 2 of the transparent glass boxes. Closed in. And Sadako found himself locked up. No order from Fang Bing was received either. He wanted to run out through the glass box. But it found itself failing. It was originally invisible and bodiless. He bumped his head against the wall of the glass box. Didn't shake the glass case at all. Obviously. Collector has a wealth of experience and preparations for how to lock up his collection. And the 3rd remaining empty glass case. This guy is obviously for Fang Bing. After all, the special ability that Fang Bing revealed before. It also makes Collector feel that he is a rare creature worth collecting. Fang Bing's body is on the space carrier. There was a wry smile on the corner of his mouth. Fortunately, I am good enough. Otherwise, if I really went forward this time, I'm afraid I can't escape the Collector's hand. It really might become one of Collector's collections. After all, he is now suppressed by the Collector's spell duplication that can't move at all. Although the strength is not good, but he does have 30% of his body's strength. But facing Collector. But he was arrested in an instant. So, this shows that Collector's strength is indeed far beyond his own. Fang Bing guessed that his body had gone. Also very choking. Even if you can break free from the suppression of Collector after transformation. But facing a Collector with such terrifying strength. It is estimated that if the portal cannot be opened in time to escape, that will also become a Collector's collection. But it's okay. I sent it to the void this time. Just a spell duplication. Not even duplication. So, Fang Bing found himself controlling the duplication at the moment. When I can't even speak, I am too lazy to wait for the Collector to put its duplication into the glass box. Directly onto the body with a thought. Then instantly retracted the spell duplication. And Sadako and Boggart who have been put into the glass box. That's even easier. The reason why Fang Bing took out these 2 ghosts to trade with Collector just now. And did not take out any 9-tailed fox, or what Apocalypse, Honeycomb. In fact, he had been wary of Collector for a long time. Because of these 2 ghosts. They are all different dimensional creatures summoned by Fang Bing through the summoning circle. And they all signed slavery contracts with Fang Bing. So, Fang Bing has absolute control over them. And this control definitely includes the ability to take them away anytime, anywhere. Although Fang Bing is too far away, there is no way to directly send these 2 ghosts back to their original dimension. But the ontology of Fang Bing. But on the space carrier, he pulled out the summoning circle of Ulu metal. After silently reciting the summoning spell, He instantly summoned the two ghosts imprisoned in the glass box of the void to the space carrier. He called back to himself, but in the mansion of the collector in the city of nothingness. Collector Defan was dumbfounded. This guy thought it was beautiful. When he passes the video, after seeing Fang Bing use Thunderfury to destroy several of his ships, Fang Bing's strength was quickly judged. Feel the strength of Fang Bing. In front of myself, there is no escape at all. It will definitely become your sure collection. That's why he asked someone to bring Fang Bing in front of him. And next, the reason why he would discuss business with Fang Bing. I also want to see what special things Fang Bing can come up with. All black, by the way. Especially when he saw Fang Bing take out two spirit bodies that he had never seen before. A spiritual body that is enough to be collected by him in the treasury. He took the attention even more, that is. Fang Bing, a person with a special ability, he wants to collect. And Fang Bing took out the spirit body in exchange for reality gem. He wants to collect it too. Only. Just when he thought everything was going according to his plan. There will be 3 more rare collections in his treasury. The young human collection in front of him, but suddenly disappeared. Disappeared without a trace, even with the strength of Collector Defan. It also failed to see how Fang Bing disappeared. Because he didn't see it at all from the beginning to the end. The Fang Bing in front of him is duplication created by Kamar Taj's spell. Then, when he thought that Fang Bing escaped by special means. I'm slightly sorry. When I felt that I still left 2 special spirit bodies. Those 2 rare spirit bodies that he had put into the collection box. It even disappeared inexplicably, so Collector is heartbroken. Because he found himself busy for a long time. Not only lost several space battleships and many younger brothers. He also broke a beloved chair. Didn't even catch a hair. It's just a big loss. This discovery made him a little angry. I couldn't help but start to doubt life again. But, just when Collector sat on the steps doubting life, he found an orange-yellow halo suddenly opened in front of him. Aperture side. It is the infinite deep space of the universe. And the young human who just escaped from his hands. At this moment, you are standing in the space of the universe beyond the circle of light. Laughing silently. Even. Without waiting for him to move. Then he stepped into the orange light circle. Appeared in front of him again. You bastard is immoral, but fortunately, I protected you, otherwise I would really be tricked by you. Fang Bing duplication again. As soon as it appears, it opens its mouth to taunt the Collector. Anyway, Fang Bing understood after what happened just now. Collector, the old boy. It's a tough thing to eat. The one who has the strength is the master. If you don't have the strength, you will definitely be blacked out by him. Now that I am not afraid of him at all, and Collector has already shot himself. Then there is no need to entrust him with the virtual snake. Swear first to vent your anger. So, after Fang Bing mocked this sentence. Then use the interstellar common language. The national curse mode is turned on. He scolded Collector in one breath and didn't stop for 10 minutes. Original. Collector also wants to hear what Fang Bing will say when he comes back. But listen to him insulting himself all the time. The 18 generations of my ancestors millions of years ago couldn't stand it anymore. Still couldn't help but slap towards Fang Bing duplication. The Fang Bing duplication was shot directly. At this point, Collector only found out. This guy in front of him. It turns out that it has always been a special energy duplication. So, I am not afraid of myself at all, but. Without waiting for Collector to think too much. Another portal appeared in front of him. A duplication of Fang Bing once again passed through the portal from the depths of the universe. Came before him. This time, Fang Bing scolded enough. If you don't come up again, you will scold, and Collector. Also rationally did not slap the duplication. But while the portal has not been closed, in an instant, he arrived in front of the teleportation. Look towards the end of the portal. Fang Bing duplication watched Collector's movements. He also ignored him. Just waved his hand to close the portal. He knows what Collector wants to do. It's nothing more than wanting to see what's going on at the other end of the portal. He even wanted to go through the portal to find his own body. But Fang Bing didn't care, because no matter how hard Collector works, it is impossible to find your own body, because Fang Bing has already guarded against him. Just now Fang Bing's main body made the spell duplication in the space mothership again. Did not let the spell duplication directly on the space carrier. Or the star field near the space carrier opens the portal to the void. It is to prevent the Collector from backtracking. First let the duplication use the portal spell itself. Opened a portal to the star field where the planet Ego was before. Then duplication arrived at the wild star field near the planet Ego. It was only then that the portal to Collector was opened again. In this case, even the dog thing Collector. I want to track down Fang Bing's body through this portal. You can only find the planet Ego. It is completely impossible to find out the real location of Fang Bing. It can be said to be foolproof. Don't waste your time, since I dare to appear in front of you through the portal. I am not afraid of you finding my body in turn. Fang Bing sat in the position he had just done with a mocking face. He picked up a pot of wine on the table that he just drank half and thought it was quite delicious. Gudong took a few mouthfuls, then he taunted Collector Defan. Collector listened to Fang Bing's words. I thought it was true. It also gave up the thought of looking for Fang Bing's body. He sat back in his seat again. Start really with an egalitarian attitude. Facing Fang Bing, he said, originally, I wanted to catch you as a collectible, but now that you have shown such an ability that I can't do anything about, then I recognize your strength and formally apologize for my presumptuous means. Collector stood up. It seems that he bowed to Fang Bing sincerely. But Fang Bing has already seen through this guy's true nature. I don't even bother to entrust him with a virtual snake. Don't come here, let's get down to business. Then, trading resumed. Fang Bing is also from Collector Devon here. Learned the real bottom line of his willingness to swap out reality gem. The same terms he gave Thanos in exchange. Help him catch the runner, one of the 12 elders of the universe. Or, hold several other gems from infinite gems. You can also exchange it with him. After all, it's just a one-for-one exchange. But swap it out like this. Collectors can also appreciate more of the other infinite gems. As for Fang Bing's proposal, use those 2 goblins or other rare items in exchange for reality gem conditions. All were rejected by Collector, because Collector is not stupid at all. Although he is very interested in the 2 rare spirits that Fang Bing just showed. But as an immortal who has lived for millions of years, he knows better what the 6 infinite rough stones in the universe represent. Ordinary rare items. It doesn't deserve to be compared with infinite gems at all. No matter how many, it's not enough to trade reality gem from him at all. As for why Collector is willing to use infinite gems to replace the runner who is also one of the 12 elders of the universe, he did not reveal why. Fang Bing didn't bother to ask. Fang Bing only knows. My idea of taking a shortcut to get reality gem was shattered. He's now on the same starting line as Thanos. Think reality gem. Either increase the strength to be able to crush other collectors who are at least level Godfather. Or go get the space gem first. Try to go down and catch the runner. After giving the runner a set of extraction ability packages. Then take the runner to the collector to exchange for the reality gem. Besides, there is no other way, and that's it. It's because he has tossed and tossed carefully for so long today. After finally getting the recognition of Collector's strength. The way to get it. From Collector here. Fang Bing also inquired from the side. That Thanos guy with the power gem is really strong. Because that Thanos guy came to the Collector with the power gem in exchange for the reality gem. Although Collector is stronger than Thanos, but it didn't bother him. He told Thanos his conditions directly. Let Thanos do it. This means, Collector is still a little shy of the current Thanos. After all, Thanos has the Power Stone in his hand. Also ran into Collector's territory. If Collector also hacks Thanos like he hacked Fang Bing, then Thanos can't beat Collector. But before being killed by Collector, I am afraid that he will smash the City of Nothingness with one punch first. Destroy along with the Collector's treasure trove. At last, before Fang Bing left, he suddenly thought of a question that was very important to him. He pretended to ask a word casually. I heard that the reality gem was given to you by the people of Asgard for safekeeping, but you are now planning to trade it. Aren't you afraid that Odin will come to you? Fang Bing's question is very meaningful, because he is now desperate to confirm the real situation of Odin. The state of Odin. It directly determines many of his subsequent action plans. Before that, he had only guessed about Odin's condition. And the Collector in front of him, as a character on the same level as Odin. 80% will know the current situation of Odin, and Fang Bing's question just now is indeed very reasonable. Because Asgard handed over the Collector reality gem. It was for him to take good care of him. Prevent it from being obtained by those who have evil intentions in the universe. And now Collector wants to trade it to Thanos, the most famous Mad Titan in the universe? If Odin is alright, how could he be allowed to do this? Then, heaven pays off. Fang Bing pretended to be casual. Sure enough, the Collector was fooled. Let Collector think that this problem should not be a big deal. I just explained it as a small talk. You mean Odin? He has reached the end of his lifespan, and has already fallen into a deep sleep. Hee, there is no successor in Asgard. Hear the words of Collector. Fang Bing finally settled in his heart. Odin ran out of life due to living too long, so asleep? That's just wonderful. And this infinite gems was not given to me by Odin, it's just that the younger generation of his family lost Odin's protection, and they were afraid that putting 2 infinite gems in Asgard would attract the prying eyes of the strong, so they took the initiative to send them to me. Eh. Fang Bing finished listening to Collector. I didn't ask him any more about Asgard. Just control duplication and nodded casually. It immediately dissipated in place. After all, it's all over. Collector has also given his conditions. He did not meet his conditions. Or when the strength cannot hang this guy, stay with him. It's also useless, and all the words in the set are covered. Say more. In case any word is missed. Take Collector, an old monster who has lived for countless years, as an old ghost. It is likely that something is wrong. Find out where you came from. So. Wait for Fang Bing to take back the spell duplication remotely. I just started to think carefully about what the Collector said just now. After a while, he passed all the known information so far. The case of Asgard. The speculation was restored. After thinking about everything, Fang Bing can only say, Loki really isn't an ambitious man, because Fang Bing has already guessed. The person who sent someone to deliver the reality gem to the Collector unsolicited. It is Loki. Because since Odin really fell asleep for a long time due to lack of lifespan. So, according to what Fang Bing learned, Odin who now sits on the throne of Asgard, it should really be faked by Loki using shapeshifting. Pity. Although Loki's shapeshifting technique is very good. But he must have shown a flaw somewhere. Only then did word spread that Odin was asleep. Therefore, Fang Bing guessed, inside Asgard, there are probably many spies inserted by external forces. But this is also normal. Asgard has dominated the universe for thousands of years. Several great empires in the universe. Who doesn't pay attention to it? There is no point of instigating the Asgardians as spies. That's not normal. And Fang Bing said that Loki has no ambitions. It is also related to this. If Loki is really ambitious, how could he be content with pretending to be Odin as king of Asgard? How could it be possible not to pursue the supreme power? How could it be when sitting on the throne? Don't care if you already have 2 infinite gems at your fingertips. Also for the safety of Asgard, offer to give away reality gems. That should explain. Loki isn't exactly a villain. What he has been looking for is actually very simple. That is the worship and reverence of the people of Asgard. This should be the reason why Odin didn't kill him before he fell asleep. Therefore, now inside Asgard, it's really 3 or 2 big cats and kittens. Odin, who supported the Megatron universe, is gone. Thor, that guy is still obsessed with the gentle hometown of his girlfriend on Earth. He is helping the bald chief to be a superhero on Earth. It should have been a long time since I returned to Asgard. Moreover, even if Thor returns to Asgard, that's nothing. After all, the current Thor is only over 1,000 years old. And it's just a hammer god, no more Mjolnir. A scum that can't even use the power of Thor. Fang Bing thinks. Thor this guy. Not until all of Asgard was sacrificed. He cannot wake up. Unable to awakening, and now Asgard. Except Loki and Thor. Definitely there were other powerful people. For example, Heidamur, the guardian god of Bifrost. For example, Grass, it seems to be gone. Originally the most powerful army in Asgard, should be the Valkyrie Legion. But the Valkyrie Legion was ordered by Odin thousands of years ago. Go catch Hela. Then it was completely wiped out by Hela big sister. Only one young Valkyrie remains in Sakaar. Became a scavenger in Sakaar. So, after Fang Bing cleared up all the clues about Asgard, a conclusion was easily drawn. That is if Heidamur, Patronus of Bifrost, is not too strong. Then the current self should be able to easily defeat Asgard. And how strong is Heidamur? This Fang Bing is really a bit uncertain. Because if it is based on the plot of the movie and TV, Heidamur is not the royal family of Asgard, not counted as a member of the Aesir Protoss. He can only be regarded as a general who guards the god of Dor. The strength is estimated to be stronger than Loki. But when Loki holds the Ice Crate, the artifact of the Ice Titan, it can be frozen directly, but if you follow the settings in the comics, Heidamur is not that simple. Heidamur in the comics is the child of Odin and a goddess. So definitely an Asgard royal, is a member of the Aesir Protoss. Possesses a notch of potential with Thor, and, be it movies, TV or comics, a special ability possessed by Heidamur. It made Fang Bing very greedy. That is his sight and hearing. Heidemer can stand on Asgard, use his divine eyes. Easily see every corner of the universe. Whether or not Thor's girlfriend on Earth finds a new love. It's still the arena on Sakaar who wins. He can rely on supervision and hearing. Standing halfway across the universe to watch the live broadcast. Definitely. If Fang Bing wants to sneak into Asgard later, it is estimated that it will be difficult to escape Heidemer's sight. So, how strong is Heidemer? After discovering Fang Bing, will it interfere with his actions? This is also a question that Fang Bing needs to figure out. But now Fang Bing has too many things on hand. He's not ready to go to Asgard just yet. So, things to do in Asgard. Fang Bing is going to take his time. If possible, he wants to contact Thor first on Earth. Find out about Asgard from Thor. Wait until everything is ready. Then carry out further plans. And now, Fang Bing stood up. Created a spell duplication again. Let the spell duplication open a portal on the space carrier. Then stepped in. When the spell duplication comes out of the portal, he has come to Star-Lord's spaceship again, and Star-Lord's spaceship. It has now left the land of nothingness. It is parked in a starfield outside the void. This is something Fang Bing discussed with Xingju and others in advance. Wait until they finish their work in the void. Just leave the void and come here to wait for him to pay the rest of the reward. That's why Fang Bing dared to let duplication open the portal directly on the mothership. And don't worry about that old Yinbi of Collector suddenly popping out from the portal. Spell duplication comes behind the Star-Lord spaceship. Xingju and others immediately surrounded him. They have been waiting for Fang Bing for half a day. Coming out of nothingness so fast, it's still out of a guilty conscience. After all, they were the ones who sneaked into the city of nothingness with Fang Bing. So, Xingju and the others did not dare to stay in the city of nothingness for a long time. The deal is done. Supplies were supplied. That was not even daring to drink a small meal. He quickly boarded the spaceship and left the void. Came to this place waiting for Fang Bing. After Fang Bing's duplication arrived. No ink marks either. Just find a seat and sit down. He began to tell Xingju and others about his life experience. As a more trustworthy person, Fang Bing didn't hide anything. Crackling told Star-Lord everything about Egg's doing. Including what Egg is. What is his weakness? Why did he go to Earth to find Xingju's mother to sow seeds decades ago? And what he did to Earth when he left? What did he do to Star-Lord's mother? What did it even do to the countless living planets in the entire universe? As Fang Bing tells, the complexions of Xingju and others can be said to change again and again. Rocket Raccoon couldn't help but curse out. But hear the truth told by Fang Bing. The most influential one is Star-Lord, although he was listening to Fang Bing's narration. The whole surface is calm, but only Fang Bing with telepathy. Only then can I feel how turbulent Xingju's heart is. Especially when he hears, my own mother was killed by my own monster father. The mood almost went berserk, and my own monster father. For countless years, he has killed countless innocent brothers and sisters. When you still want to destroy all life in the universe. Fang Bing also felt Xingju's anger and killing intent. But in what Fang Bing told, there are also things that can move Xingju. That's what Fang Bing told him. Yandu really has always regarded him as his own son. It was also to protect him back then. That's why he didn't give it to Egg. Take him from the earth. Not really to make him a thief, to eat him. It took Fang Bing about 10 minutes. He finished talking about everything he knew about Star-Lord's life experience. It can be regarded as a complete settlement of the remuneration that should be paid to Xingju and others. After speaking, Fang Bing said hello, then prepare to leave. But at this time, Xingju's eyes were already red. Pulled Fang Bing's duplication. He said to him, wait, when we left the land of nothingness, we also discovered something. I feel that we should let you know backquote. Fang Bing was taken aback. He really didn't expect that Xingju and the others would find any news about him. But wait until Xingju finishes talking about what is going on. Fang Bing suddenly realized. It turns out that Xingju and others were in the city of nothingness before. A situation was discovered by accident. The red-haired marauders among the marauders are looking for Fang Bing. Although there is no Fang Bing's name and his origin on the wanted notice. But it has Fang Bing's full body appearance. Subsequently, Red Arrow also pulled out the holographic tablet it used as a bounty hunter. A wanted warrant for Fang Bing was called up from it. Let Fang Bing take a look. Fang Bing took a closer look. Good guy. He is still wanted. The most wanted party that issued the reward is the red-haired marauders. That is, before Fang Bing was on the flight bus in City of Nothingness. The organization of those guys who overwhelmed and captured more than 40 in an instant. When the red-haired robbery group issued a wanted warrant. It also explained the reasons why Fang Bing was wanted. The reason is that Fang Bing committed a heinous crime and took the initiative to provoke and kill their team members. The reward amount is 200,000 yuan. After Fang Bing read it. There is only one good guy in my heart, he didn't think about his worth. So soon it's time to catch up with the universe's famous villain Gamora. But if you think about it carefully, the reward amount is not outrageous. After all, Fang Bing killed more than 40 members of the red-haired robbery group in one fell swoop. It even included the third in command of the red-haired robbery group. The alien with the red horns on his head, the bounty is high. But after reading Fang Bing, there is nothing to be afraid of. There was no fluctuation in my heart, because of this so-called red-haired raiding group. Although it is one of the 100 teams of the Marauder Alliance. Throughout the universe, it also has a certain deterrent effect. But for him, basically no threat, even if they find themselves. It will only be dropped by myself in seconds. So after Fang Bing read the wanted list, it also became a joke. I didn't intend to delve into it at all, but Xingju's last sentence. Let Fang Bing change his mind. When we left the void, we also encountered the fleet of the red-haired marauders outside the void. Their fleet stopped outside the exit of the void and wanted to check every spaceship that came out of the void. After listening to Xingju's words, Fang Bing had some ideas. This red-haired marauding fleet is on the bar with itself. Well, since they are now parked outside the void, why don't you vote for them yourself? Anyway, I have a large demand for space battleships and free labor. Are they still outside the void now? Fang Bing asked Xingju. Star-Lord shook his head. Not necessarily. When we left, we saw that the Guardian fleet of the Defan group was driving them away, and they were not allowed to block the void, so they may have left now. Fang Bing was slightly disappointed after hearing this. But he wasn't ready to give up, because in fact, it has only been half a day since Xingju left the land of nothingness. If the red-haired looting fleet does not give up on itself, even if he is driven away by the Defan group, it shouldn't be too far away either, so. Fang Bing immediately prepared to fight back. Vote for him. Then, after Fang Bing thanked Xingju and the others, it directly let the spell duplication dissipate. And his body. Then he stood up on the space mothership. Then, he flickered. In an instant, 18 spell duplications exactly like him appeared on the space carrier. And the space mothership also began to turn around. Drive towards the periphery of the void. Only. At this time, Fang Bing's body directly opened a portal and walked in. Back to the Earth. Yes. Fang Bing, who was preparing to rob the fleet with dry red hair, was still not ready to let the main body go into battle. Act in the universe. Fang Bing mainly revolves around a core idea. That is stable. So, after splitting 18 spell duplications, he chose to let the main body return to the Earth. Remote control on Earth. And the rest. Directly by these duplications. Because Fang Bing thinks. Although these spell duplications are only 30% of his strength. But should be enough for a raider fleet, and these spell duplications still exist. The feature that can be converted from virtual to real at will. Against the marauders. Even more powerful. So. The space carrier is under the orders of Fang Bing duplication. The hyperdrive was activated. It didn't take long. Then he crossed hundreds of light years and returned to the periphery of the land of nothingness. Start using the advanced scanning system on the space carrier. While flying around the void, scan for possible fleets around. Definitely. The space carrier remained invisible throughout. And it's not too close to nothingness either. Therefore, it will not attract the attention of the encircling fleet of the Defan group. In a piece of space 2 light years away from the exit of the left ear of the void. At this moment, a whole space fleet is hovering. There is a space mothership in the shape of a sword in the fleet. And 4 ordinary marauder space battleships. Regardless of whether it is a battleship or a mothership. The insignia of the marauders are spray painted on the hull. Taken a man with red hair and horns, obviously. This fleet is the red-haired marauders. They were as expected by Fang Bing. Because the loss is too great. Even if it was driven out of the void within half a light year by the Defan group. Still temporarily stay near the void. Has been reluctant to leave. Raid Fleet Mothership. A red-haired alien with horns. In the entertainment room of the mothership. Play cards with the boys. Playing around. He tossed the cards in his hand. He asked angrily. It's been so long since the reward has been issued, but no one has found that guy in the City of Nothingness? The deputy standing on one side immediately shook his head. Indicates that there is no news yet. Then the deputy said, "Boss, it's time for us to leave. The job we took on earlier has not been completed. If we continue here, the job will be useless." The boss of the red-haired raiding fleet listened to his deputy. Stand up abruptly, he punched the poker table with a bang. The card table was smashed into pieces in an instant. He glared at his deputy and shouted angrily, "Let's go now. What about the third child and the others?" The deputy saw that the boss was angry, immediately withered. The entertainment room fell silent for a while. That's right. These men of the red-haired marauding fleet. The reason why I never forget Fang Bing. I would rather offer a huge reward. Find him too, because they already know. There were more than 40 regiment members including the youngest of the fleet. Might not be dead yet. Turn out to be. Red-haired fleet marauder. After getting the news. Already used money to get through the relationship with the security center of the Tiffin Group. Successfully obtained the video on the flight bus. Saw more than 40 of them. It was not directly killed by Fang Bing. But after being knocked to the ground. All thrown into a strange aperture. This discovery. Let the red-haired robbery group, who had already paid their debts in blood, change their way of doing things. Because of the fact that members of the regiment were killed. In fact, it is not uncommon. Marauders, no matter how nice it is. In fact, most of them are villains from various places in the universe. So offend the individual. Killed by a vendetta. Killed by people who are not pleasing to the eye. He robbed a woman and was killed. It's just so commonplace. And this time, more than 40 people disappeared at once. But for the red-haired marauders, it's not unacceptable either. After all, the number of people in the universe can be said to be endless. And those who want to join the marauders, there are countless more. There is no shortage of people. If these more than 40 people are only because of conflicts with others. Was killed. Even if there is the third child of the fleet. The red-haired marauding fleet will only list Fang Bing as enemy. Then a bounty was issued to him, and it will be, after getting Fang Bing's whereabouts. Come to revenge. But they definitely won't be squatting around the void because of this. Even because of this, they delayed their original employment mission. And now. The reason why they stay here. The reason is still because it was discovered that the more than 40 companions were not dead. Since he is not dead, then you can't issue a wanted warrant at all and ignore it. Because, in the rules set by the Raiders Alliance for the Raiders, it's not just about restraining them from abducting and trafficking children. There are also some internal guidelines. For example, there is one. When teammates are in danger, if there is a chance to rescue teammates, it is absolutely not allowed to abandon teammates. This rule can be said to be the most important rule of the Marauder Alliance. Because this rule helped the Raider Alliance unite all Raider fleets. It makes sense for this alliance to exist. Not only did one party in the Raider Alliance have difficulties. Everyone is obliged to support the rules. There was also an atmosphere of loyalty among the looters. Therefore, now that the red-haired robbery group has learned that the 40 or so people may not be dead. It doesn't matter what they think. Do you want to or not? In fact, there is no choice. You can only look for opportunities. Try hard to find Fang Bing. Rescue the more than 40 regiment members from him. If not, if only they put a wanted on Fang Bing. Then he ran away knowing that his companion was not dead. This matter must not be hidden. Once passed out, the entire red-haired fleet will definitely be kicked out of the Marauder Alliance. Become an ordinary interstellar pirate fleet in the vast universe. Not far from destruction. Therefore, now the red-haired marauding group has actually fallen into a dilemma. Even if you want to leave, at least you have to really try your best. But I still can't find it before leaving. As for the previous employment tasks, the red-haired boss can only hope that this matter will be resolved quickly. Let them rush to complete that single task, in order to avoid the situation of compensating others for liquidated damages if the task fails. But, just after the red-haired boss slapped the table and shouted. He found out. Person whom oneself is in a hurry to find. Walk out of a suddenly appearing orange-yellow light circle. Appeared in front of him. Good guy. Just in time. The red-haired boss didn't care why Fang Bing suddenly appeared. He just thought it was a gift from God. Open the mouth of the bloodgate directly. A pillar of explosive fire appeared from his mouth. Spray towards Fang Bing's spell duplication. That's right. The reason why the red-haired boss can take the position of the fleet boss. Not because of his high IQ. How wonderful is the poisonous plan. But because he is not an ordinary person, his race. The celestial body possesses the ability to control flames. The combat power is very powerful, so only after defeating other looters. Take over the position of fleet boss, honestly. The red-haired boss suddenly spewed fire. It was indeed beyond Fang Bing's expectations. But this spell duplication by Fang Bing. No panic at all, because he knows, in the case that he has flame control, this level of flame, even if it is a duplication to him, it can't do any harm at all, and, at the speed of his duplication, fully enough to easily dodge the attack. So, this duplication by Fang Bing, just for a moment, he escaped the pillar of fire, give up the position in front of the portal behind him. Subsequently, the red-haired boss found out. Just walked out of a Fang Bing portal, another Fang Bing came out. And, on the other side of this room, also opened 3 portals again. 3 more Fang Bing came out. Here, this entertainment room. There are already 5 duplications by Fang Bing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, in the communicator of the red-haired boss. At this moment, there are also constantly reports of enemy attacks. The cockpit of the mothership, the crew rest area of the mothership, and on 4 other space battleships, there have been cases where the target person suddenly invaded the ship. The red-haired boss was dumbfounded. He just felt something bad at this moment. Think the third guy. This time, he really might have provoked some great person. So, even the grumpy him did not shoot again. Instead, he tried to negotiate with Fang Bing's duplication. It's just that Fang Bing wasn't prepared to spend much time with these looters. His siege has been fully completed, because when his space carrier detected this raider fleet, Fang Bing stopped the mothership far away. Avoid getting too close and being spotted early. Then, he turned on invisibility for all 18 spell duplications. It took a while. Approached the space fleet, passing master-level vision and hearing. After finding out everything in this fleet, Fang Bing controls 18 spell duplications. Portal opened. At the same time, it invaded the interior of the fleet. Because it feels that there are more powerful people on the red-haired mothership. There are also more looters. So Fang Bing sent 10 spell duplications directly on the red-haired mothership. Except for the 5 who went directly to the red-haired captain. The other 5. They have already arrived at various important areas of the mothership. As for the other 4 space battleships of the Red Hair Fleet, Fang Bing dispatched 2 spell duplications on each ship. Exactly 18 spell duplications are all used up. At this moment, the 18 spell duplications are also in place. Although Fang Bing cannot accurately control all spell duplications at the same time. But these spell duplications are still available at his command. Do something with a purpose. For example, knock out all creatures. And Fang Bing's attention, it is used to concentrate on controlling the duplication in front of the red-haired captain. Everything is ready. Start to act. Subsequently, the red-haired captain found the 5 Fang Bing in front of him. In an instant, they all turned into 3-meter small titans. Then he didn't wait for his reaction. One of Fang Bing after transformation. It has already flashed behind him. Needless to say the subsequent results. He was instantly devastated. He was punched on the spine by the 3-meter titan. Directly broke the spine. He collapsed on the ground unable to move. And at the moment when the horned captain of the red-haired raiding group fell to the ground, I also saw the fate of my little brothers. No surprises. It is exactly the same as my own. All of them had their spines broken with precision. Limp on the ground completely loses combat ability. See this scene. Listening to the messy screams that came from the communicator in an instant. The red-haired captain with horns closed his eyes. Resigned to fate, he knows. Own redhead marauders. Totally screwed this time. The situation of the entire fleet. It was indeed as the red-haired horned captain expected. The battle was over in an instant. After a while. On the whole fleet, there is no looter who can stand up. A mothership plus 4 space battleships, a total of more than 70 looters. All down. Definitely. Originally, there were more than these people in the raider fleet. There were actually 120 of them. But there are more than 40 left. Fang Bing had already been captured on the flight bus before. So, now this raider fleet can be considered to have been taken over by Fang Bing. And Fang Bing, after all looters have been dealt with, and did not let down their vigilance, nor was there anything like what was done on the flight bus before. Throw the raiders through the portal one by one and put them in jail. Instead, 5 duplications flew directly from the mothership. Begin to stand in space and collectively reach out and draw circles. Moments later, in front of the marauder red-haired mothership and 4 space battleships. Each has already appeared a huge amounts of orange portal. And inside the mothership and 4 warships, another 5 duplications by Fang Bing took the driving seat. Activated the Marauder's space carrier and space battleship. Go to the portal. That's right. Fang Bing did it this time. The spoils he wants are definitely not just these 70 or so Marauders. Even all the warships of the red-haired raiding group. He's going to pack it all up, if successful. Then he will soon be able to have 1 more space carrier and 4 space battleships. He can already form his own space fleet, a complete space fleet. The process of packing the space fleet went smoothly. Although this location is only 2 light years away from the land of nothingness. But because Fang Bing's entire actions are individual actions, he didn't dispatch his own space mothership at all. There was no big movement. So even the Defan Guard fleet in the City of Nothingness has been monitoring the Raider fleet. Nothing abnormal was found at all. After all, it is 2 light years away. The escort fleet of Defan Group, it's impossible to see what's going on here. All they can do is through scientific detection equipment. Monitor the area for engine power fluctuations and fleet movements. So Fang Bing drove all 5 spaceships into the portal very smoothly. And until it disappears with the portal, the escort fleet of Defan Group. Only to find out that branch was originally expelled by them. A fleet of marauders just 2 light years away. Suddenly disappeared without warning. The Defan Security Center was so frightened that it jumped up and down again. But after tossing for 2 hours, they didn't find out where the fleet of red-haired marauders went again. It is also not clear how the fleet disappeared. This message can only be reported to Collector. After the Collector listened to his subordinate's report, immediately realized that this matter may have something to do with Fang Bing. He realized that this might be an opportunity to find Fang Bing's body. So even though he has reached an exchange with Fang Bing, allows Fang Bing to trade reality gems with the runner after he finds him. But at this moment, he still got on the fastest super lightspeed warship without any hesitation. It took a few minutes to reach the area where the red-haired fleet disappeared 2 light years away. Trying to find traces of Fang Bing, unfortunately, he is late. Fang Bing had already packed his loot and left. And his original space mothership, also as early as Fang Bing duplication strikes, turned around and flew to another star field. So, Collector wasted his efforts again. Not even Fang Bing's hair was found. In the end, he could only sit on the battleship with a sullen face and return to the land of nothingness. This is visible. Fang Bing's retaliatory insults to him before. It still caused him a considerable psychological shadow. Otherwise, the Collector will not think that there is a chance to catch Fang Bing's little tail. But, even if Fang Bing knew about his scolding of Collector before, let the Collector be more obsessed with himself. He won't regret it either. After all, if he is more stubborn. But it is by no means a shrinking turtle. Collector was so black at the beginning. Although I can't beat him now, but scold him for meals. Fang Bing still has the guts. After leaving the vicinity of the void, Fang Bing made the original Dark Elf mothership. Continue to work on previously unfinished tasks. Then follow the previous route. In the star field near the void, look for the Death Star suitable for devouring and assimilating into the incarnation of the planet. And not just looking for one. It's about finding as much as you have. Mark it when you find it. Waiting for Fang Bing to be free here. Let's deal with it again. The space carrier has hyperdrive. This task is not difficult for the space mothership. Fang Bing estimates that he will wait until tomorrow when the Zhengxing rover he sent to the outer solar system finds a suitable target. This space carrier should be able to accomplish the same goal.